Love is a wonderful thing, but it is not always simple. There are moments when you feel like you understand everything, but then there are times when you feel vague, lost. So how do you overcome the challenges in love? In love, nothing is more heartbreaking than giving your affection to someone who, from the very beginning, is not ready to love seriously. Have you ever felt that you are always the one trying, while he just stands aside observing? There are times when he is sweet and caring, but there are also times when he is cold and distant. If you are wondering whether the man beside you truly wants a long-term relationship, then it is time for you to face the warning signs head-on. Let's explore whether he truly values you or is just filling a void in his life. Welcome to the Sophia's Knowledge channel, and my name is Sophia. This is where we will learn, study, and share precious lessons about love. In today's video, Sophia will reveal 6 psychological signs that show he's not ready to love seriously, a new perspective to help you better understand the factors that determine a happy and lasting relationship. Let's explore with Sophia the secrets to building a solid and meaningful love. Before we begin, find a quiet place, put on your headphones, and relax. Let all worries fade away, and let the messages in this video help you calm your mind and fully experience them. Are you ready? Let's begin right now. Sign 1. Avoiding commitment and binding. In love, commitment is an important factor that helps a relationship progress. But if the man you are getting to know always appears hesitant and avoids becoming attached, it is very likely that he is not ready to enter into a serious relationship. To recognize this, you need to observe how he reacts to issues related to emotional binding. Always avoiding conversations about the future. A man who is serious about love will have long-term plans, whether short-term or long-term. This does not mean he must immediately talk about marriage or children, but at least he will have a clear direction for both of you. If he always dodges questions such as, "How do you feel about a long-term relationship between us? Do you think you'll want stability in a few years or still prefer to live independently?" And his answers are always vague phrases like, "Let things take their own course. Right now, I haven't really thought about the future. I don't want to be tied down by anything at the moment." Then very likely, he does not want to go further with you. When someone is truly serious, they will not hesitate to share about the future because they have thought about it and have desires for it. Not wanting to define the relationship. When two people have known each other for a long enough time yet he still avoids calling you his girlfriend or tries to keep the relationship ambiguous, that is a concerning sign. He may like you, but he does not want an official title because that would mean responsibilities and commitment. Some people enjoy the feeling of being in love but are afraid of the responsibilities that come with it. Typical phrases from this type of person may be, "We're best off as we are now. I don't want to be boxed into any title. I need more time to be sure about my feelings." If someone truly loves you, they will not leave you living in ambiguity. An unclear relationship only brings insecurity and causes you to miss the chance to meet someone who truly wants to commit to you. Only preferring a casual, non-binding relationship. There is a type of man who does not want to be bound by anyone, yet still likes to have someone by his side when needed. He may spend time with you, show care, and even sometimes make you feel like you are the most important person to him. But when you seek clear confirmation, he finds a way to dodge it. He may say that he does not believe in long-term love, does not like commitment, or always emphasize that he just wants to live his own way. Some identifying signs of this type include, frequently mentioning personal freedom and stressing that they do not want to be controlled. Only meeting you when he has free time, and never taking the initiative to plan long-term. Avoiding contact with your family and friends to avoid being further bound by the relationship. These people usually seek comfort rather than a serious relationship. Always finding excuses to delay everything. If he always has reasons to delay important things in the relationship, it is a sign that he is not ready. When you mention making the relationship public, he says it's not the right time. When you want to meet his family or friends, he says maybe later. When you want to plan a long trip together, he makes excuses about being busy with work. These reasons may seem reasonable at first glance, but if this situation persists, it is very likely that he is just postponing because he does not want to have a serious commitment. Lack of emotional stability. A man who is ready to love seriously will have stability in his emotions and actions. If he sometimes shows care and other times is indifferent, it indicates that he has not determined what he really wants. One day he may text, call frequently, and use many sweet words. But the next day, he suddenly goes silent without reason. He appears jealous when you are close with someone else, yet does not want a binding relationship with you. When you need comfort and support, he often avoids or is not there in time. These signs indicate that he does not have consistency in his emotions and is not ready to build a lasting relationship. Afraid of losing freedom and unwilling to sacrifice. In love, both parties need to make adjustments to suit each other. However, if he always considers personal freedom as the most important thing and never wants to compromise, that means he is not ready for a serious relationship. He always puts work and personal hobbies first without regard for your feelings. He does not want to change anything in his life to accommodate the relationship. When you mention compromise or finding common ground, he often appears displeased or finds a way to back off. A man who is ready to love seriously will understand that love is not just about feelings but also about sacrifice and responsibility. In the end, if you notice the above signs in the man you are getting to know, reconsider this relationship. Do not waste your time on someone who is not ready to commit. True love does not make you feel insecure or doubtful, but provides clarity and solidity from the very beginning. Spend your time with someone who truly values you and is ready to build a future with you. Have you ever encountered a similar situation? If so, share your story in the comments. I look forward to hearing your interesting experiences. And if you find this content useful, please like and share to spread the message to more people. Thank you for your support. Let's continue together. Sign 2. Erratic emotional changes. One of the most noticeable signs in a man who is not ready for a serious relationship is his erratic emotional changes. Today, he may be sweet and caring, but tomorrow he becomes distant and cold as if nothing had happened. This type of man often leaves his partner feeling confused, unsettled, and constantly questioning, does he really have feelings for me? Emotional instability not only causes hurt but also strips away the sense of security in love. If you are in a relationship where he frequently undergoes unpredictable emotional swings, be cautious. This may be a sign that he is not ready for a serious relationship. Oscillating between closeness and distance, inconsistent in actions. A man who truly loves will demonstrate consistency in expressing his feelings. However, if he shows contradictory actions, loving one day and indifferent the next, that is a sign of uncertainty. You may notice that, one day he texts continuously, calls to check on you, and spends time with you, but the next day he disappears without reason. When he is with you, he appears happy and cheerful, but then he becomes distant and cold. He may plan dates but then cancel at the last minute without providing a reasonable explanation. These changes not only upset you but also make you feel that you are not important to him. Expressing affection based on temporary moods. A man ready for serious love will exhibit emotional stability even on bad days. But if he only shows affection when he is happy or when he gains some benefit from it, that is a concerning sign. When in a good mood, he speaks sweet words and shows care bit by bit. However, when he is not feeling good, he becomes irritable, indifferent, or even ignores you. If you feel that he only turns to you when he needs a shoulder to lean on or comfort, but disappears when you need him, then that is a clear sign of a lack of commitment. A lasting relationship cannot be built on such erratic emotional fluctuations. Easily angered or unexplainably cold. He may be very happy at one moment, but just after a small message or a casual remark from you, he immediately becomes upset. These mood swings not only make you feel tense but also leave you constantly worried about when he might suddenly get angry or become cold again. Some manifestations of these erratic behaviors include, when he is happily texting, he suddenly stops replying and goes silent for hours or even days. While he is caring for you, he suddenly appears cold without any clear reason. When something displeases him, instead of discussing or trying to resolve it, he chooses to distance himself from you. These actions not only cause pain but also indicate that he is not truly ready to maintain a healthy relationship, making you feel like you have to guess and chase after his emotions. A man with stable emotions will help you feel secure in the relationship. But if you constantly have to guess his mood, whether he is happy or if he even wants to talk to you, that is a sign he is not serious. You have to think twice before texting him for fear that he might be upset. You feel pressured every time you are with him because you never know how his mood will change. You are always trying to please him, while he never seems to care about your feelings. Love is not a psychological game. If a man continuously makes you worry about his emotions, you should reconsider the relationship. Using erratic emotions to control you. Some men may use their emotions to manipulate their partner. They might create closeness so that you feel loved, but then withdraw immediately, leaving you feeling insecure and dependent on them. When you do as he wishes, he treats you well. But when you don't, he becomes cold or even sulky. He may make you feel guilty for things that aren't your fault. He makes you accustomed to the highs of extreme happiness and the lows of misery due to his indifference. This type of man often traps you in an emotional whirlwind, making it hard to leave even though you know you are not happy in the relationship. Not truly investing in the relationship. If he truly loves you, he will invest time and effort to build a lasting relationship. However, if his emotions fluctuate, sometimes wanting to be with you, sometimes wanting to be away from you, it is very likely that he is not genuinely investing in the relationship. Some signs that he does not want to invest include, he does not have long-term plans with you and lives only in the moment. When you bring up serious issues, he avoids them or does not provide clear answers. He does not try to resolve problems in the relationship. Instead, he chooses to withdraw or remain silent. Ultimately, a man who truly loves will bring you peace, not chaotic and uncertain emotions. If he continuously changes his mood without reason, leaving you to constantly guess and feel insecure in the relationship, then perhaps he is not ready to love seriously. Do not let yourself be trapped in a relationship where you always have to chase his emotions. Cherish yourself and spend time with someone who truly wants to be by your side for the long term. If you are still watching the video, do not hesitate to comment continue. Leave your thoughts and questions in the comments below. I am very much looking forward to hearing your opinions, and do not forget to like and subscribe so that Sophia has even more motivation to create more wonderful and meaningful videos. Let's continue together. Sign 3. Only focusing on himself. When he doesn't see you as a priority. One of the clearest signs that a man is not ready for a serious relationship is when he only focuses on himself. With someone like that, you will always feel like you are the one making more of an effort, while he only cares about his own desires and emotions. He may be attractive, confident, and full of ambition, but if in the relationship he only cares about himself without considering your needs, then it is very likely that he is not truly ready to love seriously. Always putting himself first. A man who is ready for serious love will know how to balance his personal needs with the feelings of his partner. But if he always puts himself first without caring about you, that is a sign of selfishness. Typical manifestations include, when making plans to meet, he always chooses the location and time according to his own preferences without consulting you. When conflicts arise, he only points out what you did wrong without ever reflecting on himself. He expects you to always support and cater to his wishes, but is never willing to do the same for you. A relationship is about giving from both sides. If you feel that everything revolves solely around him, then that is not the love you deserve. not caring about your feelings and needs. When in love, mutual care and understanding are important. But if he only focuses on himself, you will notice that he rarely asks about your feelings or pays attention to what you need. For example, when you have a bad day and need encouragement, he doesn't listen and only talks about himself. When you are sick, instead of coming to care for you or check on you, he only cares about what he is doing. When you share your dreams or plans, he shows little interest or quickly shifts the conversation to things about him. A man who truly loves you will care for you the way he cares for himself. If he never asks how you're feeling or pays attention to what you need, that is a sign that he is not truly investing in the relationship. Always wanting to be the center of attention but not giving it to you. Have you ever felt that he always wants you to listen to him and praise him, but when it's your turn to share, he doesn't pay any attention? People who only focus on themselves often like to be the center of attention. They want their partner to listen, care, and acknowledge them, but they don't do the same in return. Some recognizable signs include, he always talks about himself, his work, hobbies, and achievements, but when you talk about your own matters, he just mumbles through them. When meeting friends or family, he frequently boasts about himself without ever mentioning you. He wants you to praise and encourage him but never gives you words of support. A relationship is a two-way interaction. If you are always the one listening and never heard, you will soon feel lonely even when you are in a relationship. Not willing to help when you need it. A man who truly loves you will not hesitate to help you, whether it's small tasks or important issues. But if he only thinks about himself, he will not care when you need support. For example, when you need help with a simple task, he always makes excuses about being busy yet finds time to do what he likes. When you have a difficult problem, he does not proactively ask or offer solutions, but only cares about his own matters. When you need a shoulder to lean on, he appears irritable or avoids you. If he only shows up when he needs you but disappears when you need him, then it is clear that he does not consider this relationship important. Not willing to change to suit the relationship. When truly in love, both partners will adjust to suit each other. But if he is never willing to change anything, only expecting you to adapt to him, then that is a sign of selfishness. You may notice that he does not care about your interests but always expects you to care about his. He is never willing to adjust his schedule, yet expects you to always be free when he needs. He never listens to your suggestions, but demands that you change according to his wishes. A man who only focuses on himself will not be willing to sacrifice or compromise in the relationship. And if you are the only one who has to adapt, sooner or later you will feel exhausted and worn out. Viewing the relationship as a secondary part of his life. For a man who is not ready to love seriously, the relationship is not a priority but only a small part of his life. You will notice that he always puts work, friends, and personal hobbies above the relationship. He does not spend much time with you, but has plenty of time for other things. When you bring up serious matters, he either shows no interest or avoids them. If a man truly loves you, he will devote time and effort to nurture the relationship. But if you feel that you are just a minor part of his life, perhaps you need to reconsider whether this is the love you desire. In the end, love is not a one-person affair. A healthy relationship requires care and sharing from both sides. If he only focuses on himself and does not care about your feelings and needs, then perhaps he is not truly ready to love seriously. You deserve a love in which you are listened to, cherished, and given an important place in your partner's life. If he does not do that, be brave enough to step out of the relationship and seek a love that is more worthy of you. Sign 4. Not willing to invest time and effort. In a serious relationship, both people need to invest time and effort to maintain and develop their love. But if you realize that you are always the one trying while he does not dedicate time or effort to nurture the relationship, then that is a clear sign that he is not ready for serious love. Love is not just an emotion, but also a commitment and action. If he only talks without acting, or even doesn't bother to talk at all, then you are most likely wasting your time with someone who isn't truly interested in building a future with you. Always being busy and putting you at the very end. A man who truly loves will always find a way to spend time with you, no matter how busy his schedule is. But if he continuously uses work, friends, family, or any other excuse to avoid spending time with you, then that is a clear sign of indifference. Common manifestations include, he frequently says, "I'm too busy," whenever you want to meet. He never takes the initiative to arrange meetings. If you do meet, it's only because you proposed it. When you need him, he always has a plausible excuse for not being able to show up. He has time to play games or go out drinking with friends, but he doesn't have time to text or call you. They say busy is just an excuse. When someone truly wants to see you, they will make time. If he is always busy yet still finds time for other things, perhaps you are not a priority in his life. Not proactively keeping in touch. In a relationship, care is not only shown through meeting up but also through the way both parties maintain connection. But if he never initiates texting, calling, or asking about you, then that is a sign of indifference. Clear indicators include, if you don't text first, he might remain silent all day, or even for several days. When texting, he only replies briefly, without showing much enthusiasm in the conversation. He only contacts you when he needs something or requires something from you. A man who truly loves you will always want to know what you are doing, how you feel, whether you are happy or not. If you are always the one starting the conversation and keeping the relationship going, then perhaps he isn't truly interested in you. No actions that show genuine care. Love is not just about sweet words, but also demonstrated through actions. A man who loves seriously will take the initiative to do small yet meaningful things so that you can feel his affection. But if he never shows his care proactively, you might be loving someone who doesn't want to invest effort into the relationship. Clear indicators include, he never asks if you are having a hard time. When you are tired or sad, he does nothing to comfort you. On your birthday or anniversary, he doesn't pay attention or merely gives a perfunctory greeting. If he truly considers you an important part of his life, he will not hesitate to do those little things that make you feel loved. Never taking the initiative to plan a future together. One of the most important signs of whether someone is serious about love is how they talk about the future. A man who is ready for serious love will have plans for both of you, whether they are small plans like a day trip or larger ones like a long-term direction for the relationship. But if he never mentions the future or always avoids the topic when you bring it up, then it is possible that he does not really want to invest in this relationship. Clear indicators include, when you ask about future plans, he gives vague or empty answers. He has no intention of introducing you to his family or friends. When you talk about stabilizing the relationship, he always finds ways to postpone the discussion. If a man truly loves you, he won't be afraid to talk about the future because he sees you as an important part of it. Always making you feel like you are the only one trying. A healthy relationship requires effort from both sides. But if you feel that you are always the one planning, staying in touch, and showing care, while he only responds superficially, then perhaps you are trying alone. Indicators include, you are always the one who initiates meetings, while he only agrees if he is free. You always try to create romance, while he never does the same for you. You feel like you are constantly chasing after him, while he makes no effort to maintain the relationship. If he truly loves you, he will want to make you happy. But if he leaves you carrying the burden of the relationship alone, then perhaps he isn't truly willing to invest in this love. In the end, love is a mutual effort. A man who truly loves will spend time and effort nurturing the relationship, not just talk or leave everything up to you. If you realize that he does not want to invest in this love, ask yourself whether you should continue. You deserve a love where you don't have to try alone, but both of you build a lasting relationship together. Sign 5. Still clinging to the past. when he hasn't truly let go of his ex. One of the clearest signs that a man is not ready for a serious relationship is when he still clings to the past. This not only makes you feel like a backup but also puts both of your relationship in a precarious, unstable state. You may sense that he hasn't forgotten his ex through his stories, actions, and emotions. Even if he denies it, the fact remains that if someone still holds on to the past in their heart, it will be difficult for him to devote his full love to you. Below are the key signs to help you determine whether he has truly moved on from his previous relationship. He frequently mentions his ex. A man who hasn't let go of the past often has the habit of mentioning his ex either subconsciously or intentionally. Recognizable signs include, when talking to you, he frequently brings up his ex, even when the topic isn't related. When passing by familiar places, he recalls memories of the two of them. He compares you with his ex, whether in a positive or negative way. Frequent mentions of the past indicate that he still has feelings or, at the very least, hasn't completely forgotten his previous relationship. He still keeps in touch with his ex in an intimate manner. While maintaining a friendly relationship with an ex is not always a bad thing, if he spends too much time and attention on her, that is a concerning sign. You may notice that he frequently texts or calls his ex without a valid reason. When his ex encounters problems, he immediately shows concern and is ready to help as if they were still together. He hides the nature of their relationship or doesn't want you to know that they are still in contact. If he maintains a special emotional connection with his ex, you should consider whether you are being placed in an ambiguous relationship. He overreacts when past relationships are mentioned. A person who has truly let go of the past will not overreact when his ex is mentioned. However, if he becomes angry, sad, or appears uncomfortable when you talk about his past, that may be a sign that his emotions are still unsettled. Notable indicators include, when you ask about his past, he either avoids the topic or responds negatively. He still harbors hurt from his previous relationship and often speaks about it with regret or anger. When he accidentally encounters his ex, he appears flustered or uneasy. If a person is still affected by the past, it is very likely that he is not truly ready for a new love. He hasn't cleared out things related to his ex. Some people keep memorabilia, messages, or pictures of their ex as a way of preserving memories. But if he cherishes these items too much, it may be that he hasn't truly let go. Easily noticeable signs include, he still keeps his ex's photos on his phone, computer, or social media. Gifts from his ex are carefully preserved by him. He still follows his ex on social media and frequently monitors her activities. Keeping memories is not always a bad sign, but if he still pays too much attention to things related to the past, it could affect your current relationship. He doesn't devote his full love to you. A man who hasn't forgotten his ex will find it hard to devote all his love to you. You may sense that, even when he is with you, there are moments when he seems lost in thought, as if he is thinking about something else. When talking about the future, he appears uncertain or lacks enthusiasm as someone who is ready. You always feel that there is an invisible distance between the two of you. If you feel that he isn't fully dedicating his love to you, listen to your intuition. True love cannot exist when someone is still trapped in the past. He returns to his ex when given the opportunity. The most obvious sign that a man hasn't moved on from the past is when he is willing to return to his ex if given the chance. Even if he is currently in a new relationship with you, if his ex expresses a desire to get back together, he may immediately waver. Warning signs include, when his ex contacts him again, he becomes noticeably flustered or his attitude changes markedly. If given the opportunity to meet his ex again, he appears more excited than usual. He does not show certainty when talking about the future with you. If a man truly loves you, he will no longer want to return to the past. But if he is always wavering between you and his ex, you need to reconsider this relationship. In conclusion, when a man still clings to the past, he cannot devote his full love to you. A healthy relationship requires clarity and commitment from both sides. If you notice these signs, think carefully about whether you really want to stay with someone who hasn't completely let go of a past relationship. You deserve to be loved completely, not to be a temporary choice in someone's life. Cherish yourself and seek a love in which you are the one placed in the most important position. Sign 6. Not bringing you into his world. When you are only a temporary part. One of the clearest signs that a man is not ready for serious love is when he does not bring you into his world. If he truly values the relationship, he will want you to become part of his life, from his family, friends, to his future plans. But if he keeps you on the outside, not allowing you to access his private world, that could be a sign that he is not ready to commit or does not see you as an important part of his life. Below are the signs that indicate you do not truly have a place in his world. Not introducing you to his family. Family is an important part of everyone's life. When a man truly loves you and wants a serious relationship, he will proactively introduce you to his family. But if he constantly avoids this, it may mean that he does not want you to enter his world. Signs to watch out for: when you ask about his family, he gives vague answers or avoids the topic. He never mentions bringing you along to meet them, even if you have known each other for a long time. When there is an important family event, he does not invite you or always has an excuse for you not to attend. If he does not introduce you to his family, it is very likely that he is not serious or hasn't clearly defined the relationship. Not introducing you to his close friends. Friends are an important part of a man's life. When a man truly loves you, he will want you to integrate into his circle of friends. Signs that he is deliberately keeping you out: he frequently goes out with his friends but never invites you along. When you ask about his friends, he only gives general answers without specific details. If you happen to meet his friends, you realize that they don't even know he has a girlfriend. If he does not want you to know or does not allow you to interact with his close friends, it may mean that he hasn't truly defined the relationship with you. Avoiding publicly acknowledging the relationship on social media. Not everyone likes to share details about their love life on social media, but if a man truly loves you, he will not deliberately hide the relationship. Warning signs include: he does not post any pictures or information related to you on social media. If you post a photo or tag him in a post, he quickly deletes it or shows no enthusiasm. When you ask for a reason, he claims things like "I don't like to show off," yet he still posts many other things about his life. Privacy is important, but if someone deliberately hides the relationship, it may mean that he does not want others to know about your existence together. Not sharing about his work and personal life. A man who truly loves you will want to share details about his work, hobbies, and important aspects of his life. If he always keeps his distance and does not share anything, that might be a sign that he is not truly serious. Signs to notice include: when you ask about his work, he only gives vague answers without detailed information. He never shares the pressures or difficulties he faces in his life with you. When you try to learn more about his life, he becomes uncomfortable or evasive. A serious relationship is when both partners are willing to share and understand each other's lives. If he does not want you to step into his world, it might be that he isn't ready to truly love. Not making long-term plans with you. When a man truly loves you, he will have plans for the future with you, whether it's something small like a day trip or bigger goals such as buying a house or starting a family. Signs that he does not have long-term plans with you include: when you talk about the future, he shows no interest or enthusiasm. He never mentions what the two of you will do in the coming months or years. He always lives by the "let things take their natural course" mentality, without setting any clear direction. If he never thinks about a future for both of you, perhaps he does not see this relationship as serious. Not giving you the time you deserve on important occasions. A man who loves you will want to be by your side during important moments, such as birthdays, anniversaries, or special days. But if he always has an excuse to be absent, that is a sign that he does not value the relationship. Warning signs include, on your birthday, he only sends a quick text message greeting, or even forgets it. On important days like New Year's, Valentine's Day, he is always busy or disappears. When you have an important event, he is not there to support you. If he does not show up during your important moments, perhaps you are not a priority in his life. In conclusion, a serious relationship is not just about emotions, it is also about connecting with each other's worlds. If he always keeps you on the outside, not wanting you to step into his life, it may be that he is not truly serious or does not see you as an important part. True love is not something secretive or temporary. If you feel that you are always on the sidelines, reconsider whether you should continue to invest your love in someone who does not really want to bring you into his world. You deserve a complete love where you are not just a small part of someone's life, but an important person who is cherished and truly loved. Conclusion. Love is a journey that requires companionship from both sides. When a man truly loves you, he will show care, commitment, and effort to nurture the relationship. Conversely, if he exhibits signs such as avoiding commitment, erratic emotional changes, only focusing on himself, not willing to invest time and effort, still clinging to the past, and not bringing you into his world, then it is very likely that he is not ready for a serious relationship. The most important thing in a relationship is not how much you love him, but whether he is ready to love you sincerely. Never convince yourself that he will change, that you just need to be more patient, or that things will get better over time. A man who truly wants you in his life will not leave you doubting your place in his heart. You deserve to be loved completely, not to become a temporary choice or a backup plan. If you realize that you are in a relationship with no future, be brave enough to let go. Sometimes, walking away is not because you do not love, but because you choose to love yourself more. True love will come when you meet someone who is willing to dedicate their whole heart, time, and effort to building a future with you. Believe that you deserve such love. Thank you for taking the time to watch today's video. I hope you have found valuable lessons about love and relationships. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. I truly appreciate your support and will continue to bring valuable content in future videos. Continue to join me on this journey of exploring love and relationships. See you next time, and I wish you all the happiness.